Just first question, how was it coming into this side and going straight into that game against Partick Thistle when it was kind of, it felt very sudden, we were all suddenly like, oh, who's this new person? How did that feel for you as a keeper coming in?
Yeah, it was definitely nerve-wracking, but I was very excited. And being with Celtic, I feel like I've got so much support here. They've got so many people behind the scenes as well. I felt confident knowing what was in front of me. And yeah, I've been watching the girls play, so yeah, I was excited. Obviously the nerves were there, but yeah, more excited than anything else.
Um, Obviously, we're learning a bit about your background. You've been involved in a number of other sports. How do you think that plays into your approach to playing football and specifically the position of goalkeeper?
I think what everyone says, to be a keeper, you've got to be a bit nuts. So I think definitely with the boxing, it'll help because I'm not scared about getting up in someone's face. Like one to one is probably my favorite thing to do. And then I think just the attitude of being in Team GB and then being a boxer. Like, to be a boxer, you've got to be so disciplined. You've got to make sure that your diet's on. You've got to do weight cutting and everything. So yeah, I just feel like an overall athlete is kind of what I'm able to like kind of take into each sport. And yeah, football is the exact same, still training hard. And yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned having kind of watched some of the girls playing, and is this a squad that you were reasonably familiar with in terms of like personnel when you came in? So you haven't sort of come in cold, and you've been able to integrate pretty easily into the squad on that
um
level.
No, the only person I actually knew was Chloe Logan. We used to play with each other. I think it was under 15 Scotland. When we used to do camps. But apart from that, yeah, didn't know anybody else personally. No.
And it seems like that kind of like with Chris Scullion and the goalkeeping, that seems like quite a tight knit little sort of team within a team almost. When you kind of watch the games and you watch warm ups and you see some of the footage of training, has that helped you to sort of settle in?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously being a keeper, it's quite a lonely position. But here, yeah, they're all the girls are so nice. Chloe and Rachel being so welcoming, and Chris is amazing as well. Yeah, I feel like the goalkeepers are definitely a tight unit, and everyone wants each other to do well. So yeah, it's been amazing. I'm super grateful.
What age were you when you had to really make a decision about what sport you really focus on?
So I was actually 14, and I had I was I just I've been skiing since I was 3, and I was skiing and I was playing football, and it got to a point I got invited to go over to Team GB camps and stuff, and I was playing for Hibs at the time, and I was a goalkeeper. And there was one day where I had a World Cup, not a World Cup final, sorry, like a Scottish Cup final, and it was also like the British champs. And I said to my dad, like, I want to go ski, and he was like, you can't go ski, like, you're a keeper, you can't just leave your team. So it just got to a point really that I had to make a decision, and I ended up choosing skiing. So
That's really interesting. And what do you think you've taken from other sports? Obviously, the boxing maybe gives you an element of courage and fearlessness, but what have you taken physically from cross sports? Because I think in Scotland, we're very guilty of encouraging children to pick a particular sport, namely football, more often than not, very early. And there are other elements to development that you maybe miss out on.
yeah, definitely. I think like I had a lot of injuries throughout skiing. So I was in the gym, I did a lot of rehabs. So I feel very strong. I focused on cardio a lot, so that helps here. Like, I've been training, and yeah, I feel like I can just keep going and going and going. So obviously I can take that over. And yeah, I think just from all the other sports, obviously there's different aspects of strength. So I feel like I'm kind of pulling everything in together. But yeah, I think doing a variety of sports throughout your younger years is so important, because I'm very grateful that now I've got lots of sports I can choose from. One weekend I could go kayaking if I wanted to, rock climbing, football. Yeah, I think being able to do a lot of sports is, yeah, amazing.
How have you got on with Fran Alonso since you've arrived at the club?
Yeah, amazing. I think he's so lovely. He's class.
Um, in terms of the game on Sunday, and
Yep.
obviously you're starting, and are you prepared for that in terms of being a regular starter in the next few weeks and months, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I think so far I've been in training, so yeah, I feel confident enough to stand in. And yeah, I guess this is a baseline. I'll just keep getting better. So yeah, I'm excited.
And you looked at the game last Sunday against the Rangers, and obviously they're dominant in the league, but that Celtic knocked them out of both cup competitions. Does that give you confidence that you've maybe joined a team that is emerging as the top team in the country?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, I'm super grateful to be here. It's an amazing opportunity, and yeah, it's just amazing.
You talked about Hibs, and they've been a strong team in the women's game for the last decade at least.
Yeah.
Do you think that other teams like Hearts are going to start developing, even Aberdeen that we talked about? The league is getting stronger over the last year or two.
Yeah, definitely. I think I know that Hearts are training a lot. I think they train at least 5 days a week, and they're doing extra sessions, and I think they're pumping a little bit more money into it. So yeah, hopefully, obviously their team is quite young, but yeah, hopefully going forward that more teams can get a bit more funding, and yeah, hopefully that gap can kind of close, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plans out.